this is grainy as fuck, but here we go. I do that all the time in videos. Do the fucking, oh yeah, I'm thinking about something. So, this is my first video. What are we going to talk about here? Just hopping in on the YouTube swamp of content and people. What is this channel going to be about? It's going to be about training and mindset and me ranting because I have a lot to say and I need new ways of expressing it. I like writing, but honestly, I think writing is, with our technology, writing is almost I wouldn't say it's obsolete, but it is, with what we're able to do through videos and podcasts and audio and the ability to translate both movement and tone of voice and emphasis that writing can't really do. I mean, you can do it if you're a really good writer, but it's not near it. Even if you're the best writer in the world, you're not going to get the same ability to express yourself and the nuance of speech that a video or a podcast can produce. So, I mean, writing is a great way to facilitate clarity of thought and hone your thinking and get rid of a lot of the bullshit thinking. Because it only takes a conversation of about 20 to 25 minutes of really going deep with somebody before you start really seeing the incongruencies in what they think. I mean, it doesn't take very long before they start contradicting themselves in all kinds of different ways. So writing really helps with that, helps clarify what you value, how you think about things, how you want to express and communicate those ideas. I really gotta stop doing that. Fucking dumbass. Gotta stop saying too. But yeah, I think this did it again. I think this platform is necessary, especially with COVID. This is going to be, I think, a predominant way to communicate with people because we can show video and movement. I think learning in this capacity through teaching different things while being able to move is invaluable because we're not designed to sit in a chair and have somebody lecture to us in terms of how we learn. We're meant to move constantly throughout the day, and even when we're getting taught something, constant movement of joints is what we're really designed to do. We're constantly moving around. We're not meant to sit there and watch somebody lecture to us. That's why nobody can keep their concentration for all day in classroom, because your body is freaking the fuck out. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get a better camera, but this is just a start. So first upload to the YouTubes. But yeah, the whiteboard behind me, trying to figure some shit out. That's from Jordan Peterson's Maps of Meaning. It's I'm actually trying to expand on the concept a little bit. His idea of what is versus what should be, and our process. We're essentially, I read an article once that was really interesting. It was that we don't have behaviors. We have, he says, goals is actually a verb. So we don't behave, we goal. Or we have goaling. In essence, there's no action we don't produce that's in the facility of that is meant to facilitate a goal. So we only act in the pursuit of a goal. And the more you can define your goals in terms of the different hierarchies of goals, you have your goals of the day, you have your goals of your week, your month, your year, your 5 years, whatever. You have different goals for different aspects of your life, whether that's finances, relationships, business, stress, what have you. So being able to understand that process of, okay, so there's where I am now versus where I want to be in the future, and then the path to get there, what that path looks like, and all of the different things that can happen during that path. And I like how he introduces there's the known and the chaos. The only way you can get to that path is successfully navigating the two. So you build a space that's known. So you build up all the things that are known, and then you slowly, constantly expand that through entering chaos, coming back, entering chaos, coming back. And if you get too chaotic, it can destroy you. If you get too chaotic, that's when you break down, when you start putting, when you basically get in over your head and you don't have a stable sense of orientation in the world, that's when things get too chaotic. But chaos is necessary. If you're too static, you're not evolving and you'll atrophy. Entropy is a law of the universe. So, as Peterson says, like in Alice in Wonderland, you have a statement, you have to run as fast as you can to stay in one place. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that you have to run as fast as you can to stay in one place, but you do have to take 2 steps forward to take 1 step, essentially. Because if you take 1 step forward, you will always be at the same place because of entropy. So if you are not growing at a fast enough rate, if you're not growing faster than the rate of entropy, you will remain static. If you're growing slower than the rate of entropy, you will diminish. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, again, I'm trying to expand on that diagram so he says that there's what is, and then the future of what he calls the unbearable present versus the ideal future. And then you have your plan of action, which is essentially your ideal future is your desires, essentially. If you go back to the Napoleon Hill concept of Think and Grow Rich, you have to have a definite, specific desire that you're working towards every day. And this is related to your dopamine systems of reoccurring reward, which is the reward for doing something. This also harkens back to, I forgot who wrote the book, but James Pearce, who wrote Finite and Infinite Games. And dopamine is essentially our infinite game neuron. Meaning what? Meaning the reward is in the pursuit of its attainment and not the attainment. So getting the result is usually a serotonin derived thing. When we are satisfied with food, sex, those are serotonin. The pursuit of those things, so hunting, for example, would be highly dopaminergic, the actual act of hunting. Or, the pursuit of any goal in which you're constantly pursuing something of value every day and building momentum and getting better. It's also from Csikszentmihalyi's Flow, where you want to be engaged in activities that make yourself more complex. So doing the activity, you actually slowly get a little bit better every time you do it, and that adds to the complexity of self. So you want to, aligning your dopaminergic system is what's going to keep you doing things. It's going to make you wake up every day and pursue things that give you the reward for pursuing them. And right now in our society, we have a lot of things that fuck up our dopamine system pretty fucking heavily, that I think we have just begun to realize the detrimental effects that these things have in terms of social media, pornography, endless stimulation. Even books can have a detrimental effect when that's all you're consuming, because we have such access to information that that it's really easy to assume that information acquisition is beneficial, where acquiring information is not that beneficial. Being competent in skills is beneficial. You can gain skills through books. You can gain certain wisdom that you can apply through books. But acquiring information is not that beneficial. But yeah, alright, well, that's my first video. We'll have more to come. A lot of it'll be training. It'll be a mix of training, just some ranting, and whatever I'm learning during the day to express myself and get information out there. All right.